Hello and welcome to the Grounded Man Live. My name is Braden Stockfish. I'm the visionary leader here at the Grounded Man. And the Grounded Man is the community for men who are ready to stop living their life on autopilot and start becoming the leaders of themselves, their families, and their communities. Joined here today by two beautiful men that I live with, Dave and Andrew. What's up, gentlemen?
Yo.
Hey, man.
Yeah, joined by these two, which I'll give them a little intro. A couple questions, actually, that we'll have both you guys answer. And then, I want to talk to you today. Thanks for joining, for being here. We're going to talk all about, why three of us as 30-something-year-old men are choosing to live together right now. Why we're doing that, why we've created this place, and also, a bit about Brotherhood. We're building Brotherhood, and this is like taking that to a new layer here in Ottawa, a lived example of what that can look like rather than just like our regular meetings. So, yeah. But before we do that,
Questions?
yeah, if Andrew, we'll start with you. If I were to sit here and ask your mother, Mrs. T, tell me, who is Andrew? What would she say?
Wow. She would say a lot of good things. I'm proud to say. Like she would say he's very sweet, very caring, very dedicated to his hobbies and to his life, to his work. She would, say that he has like a great group of friends. He's very well supported. I think that's some of the things she would say.
Nice, love it.
Yeah.
Good overview. What about you, Dave? What would Mama W say?
Strong, resourceful, loves being with other people, driven, and caring.
Beautiful. And then what about your dad?
What would my dad say?
Yeah.
Probably whatever my mom said. No. What would my dad say? I think he maybe would a little bit of like, I don't know, a little bit detached from my dad emotionally. He would, I don't know what he would say. That's a harder question to answer for me. I'm definitely closer to my mom.
You feel more seen by her.
I feel more seen by her for sure.
Nice.
That'd be work. That's a great question, man. I would love to think about that a little bit more.
Do it, man.
Yeah.
I'd love to hear the answer.
Yeah.
Wait, I have one more for you after. What about you?
Me for dad?
Yeah.
He'd say he's proud of me. I think just trusts me.
Yeah.
He might say some other things but I feel like that's the more important part.
Love that. And then final one, your best friend, if you had a best friend or whoever comes to mind, doesn't have to be like, you don't have to tell anyone who it is, just like, how would they describe you?
Yeah, very focused, I would say disciplined, like maybe sometimes like overly focused on things, can be like obsessive sometimes, like Leela right now being so close to me. Sometimes I can be like that, like just like holding on to the thing that like makes me feel safe. I would say that they would say like I am both very dedicated but also can be absent at times. Because I'm so obsessed with a few things in my life that I don't always have time for other things.
I can relate. Yeah, I see that, bro.
Yeah, you too.
Oh, I just mean like I thought that was a good self-awareness piece. Yeah.
It's very obvious in my life.
Yeah, totally. I mean that in a good way too. It's like a thing that I really like, you know, honor and respect about you. It's just like your dedication to your passions. You know, like you're committed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Remind me on the question.
Your best friend.
Oh yeah, best friend. That's who I forgot. Um, Beautiful man, very present, very loving. Yeah, and someone that I trust to like have my back.
Nice.
Nice. Yeah. I would agree with that about you, Dave.
Oh, thanks, man.
I've not known you very long, and I do trust you to have my back.
Yeah.
You know,
that's a fun piece for people who don't know. It's like I haven't known either of you for a year yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're on like month 9.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
And here we are living together. Yeah, that's it's been a wild ride. I mean, 9 months, so much can happen. It's crazy.
Insane.
Isn't that how long it takes roughly a human to also like go from inception to birth?
Our friendship is birthing.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, a lot can happen in that time. Yeah, so let's talk more about that, of what is happening. You know, this was a seed, I think, like a couple years ago. I talked to you when you first moved into your like new condo that you were in. I just missed you, but I was looking for a home at that time to move into, just before like Casey, I guess, or something around there. But I reached out to you to live together, and you were like, yeah, dude, like next September or whatever, I'm down when my lease ends.
Yeah, I've been living in downtown apartments, and that felt like my only option. And so I was looking for anything else.
Yeah.
And living with friends sounded great. I lived on my own, right? So I was open to different whatever came up. And yeah, like this is so beautiful. I feel so lucky to have you guys as friends, and then to have this house we live in. Like,
yeah,
you know, very, very grateful. Could easily have missed this opportunity.
Yeah, and that's one thing I think for me that I want, like it's a non-negotiable in my life moving forward, is to wake up and be reminded that how grateful I am just by my own environment, by the space that I'm in, the people that I'm around, to be able to wake up and feel like, oh wow, this is beautiful, holy, I'm so grateful. And like, that's a non-negotiable moving forward. And and it's possible. That's the beautiful thing, that I'm like, wow, yeah, okay, this is stuff I was writing about and dreaming about years ago. The way that I'm living my life right now, it was like, yeah, I think it doesn't have to be the way that, you know, everyone shows it, of like, because I lived alone, you know, apartments, like living that bachelor life in the city. It's like so much responsibility on one person. Or I see, you know, families, it's like the single family home, like so much pressure on a single family, 2 parents, kids, to like do all the things. Like, imagine just the basics of eating and caring for yourself and keeping the home clean. Not to mention, if you want to like eat well, train, you know, do fun things, have nights out with your friends, like still have a social life, still build meaningful relationships, manage your finances, and like, you know, have vacations and all these things. It's like, dude, that's a lot to navigate for 2 humans, you know, isolated from everyone. And so like, that's part of what this is about to me, is community. And I think like for both of you, that's a huge piece of your life, community. And that's why, like, the foundation of why we're doing this is to live in community, right?
Yeah, I mean, that like, I know that you guys had talked about it like 2 years ago when you were looking for a new place. But I, you know, in this dance, in this time spiral, like, it was me, the one that was like looking for a place.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
So I just separated from my partner of 16 years.
Yeah.
And we had been already at my parents' for 2 years. We'd sold our house and then bought a truck and a trailer, and had done, you know, 1 snowbird, and that was tough. and very challenging. And so we didn't do it anymore after that, you know. But
Yeah.
we were at my parents for 2 years, and we couldn't, you know, figure out where we were going to go, and we weren't, you know, aligned with what the next step was, and you know, ultimately we separated. But yeah, I've been so ready to move out of my parents' place. Um, and I know for me, like, there's that reflex of like, I just want to get out. Let me just move in on my own. But I felt that deeper commitment to community, and I'm like, I know myself. Oh, great. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Um, it's weird not having the hand now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know yourself.
I know.
Without the hand,
Does that
with the
affect things
hand.
if I go like this? Does that affect it? I don't know.
Yeah, well, sound travels in waves, like, and so if
It's
you're
all energy
blocking,
and vibration, I guess. Right?
Yeah. Okay. Back to my story.
yeah,
Community is important, and so that's where I was like, no, I need to move out with people that I'm actually excited
yeah,
about, and I want to be in a place that I'm excited about. And you know, it makes sense now that we live together. That
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, it's great. But when I asked you, like, had we hung out?
we had not. No, like
Yeah.
we barely knew each other. I mean, you were thinking about being in Texas.
Yeah.
Like this was all such a shift. Like Brotherhood, you know, which I want to hear more from you later. Like keep going on this story, but like that's been such a growing area for you in this last
Yeah.
9 months and part of being here.
I'd been a part of a few other men's groups.
Yeah.
And like they were all great.
Yeah.
And all of them I think have something to offer. And then it wasn't until I stepped into the door at the Grounded Man where I was like, oh, this is my group of men.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't think that's to say that we're any better than others. It's just to say that it was more aligned with who I am.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and so I think it's great, like for anyone, like we're huge advocates for men's groups. Wherever you are, there's probably multiple different men's groups. Like
for sure,
go to different ones. Feel which group you feel the most aligned with, and which is the most supportive for you.
Yeah.
I think that's really important. But yeah, I stepped through the door, and I remember even saying like, it's like, yeah, I'm probably not here for a long time, but you know, I do want to like invest in where I am so long as I'm there. It's like, yeah, I could be here for, you know, a couple months or something like that.
Yeah, I remember you saying that. You're like,
yeah. And yeah, things shifted.
Yeah, I remember like inviting you to Solstice too, just being like, we'll see how this has an impact. And then the Grounded Man and like just everything, community itself, right?
Yeah. I mean, it shows how much you value community, right? That you stuck around. You changed a lot of things, changed around based on you gravitating towards the Grounded Man, towards a few different communities in Ottawa, right?
Yeah, I look at it as like I fell in love, you know, with Ottawa. Like I had so much resistance to the city. Just feeling like it's a government town, like people like working for, you know, retirement.
I mean, it is a lot of that.
It is
sure, but I'm saying that that's all I was oriented towards, and there was, you know, community like the Grounded Man, or like Temple Nova, or like these other places that now I have so many different connections.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was kind of like it was kind of a begrudging, not begrudging, but I was like, let me be committed to where I am, regardless of the outcome or where I'm going to be long term.
Yeah.
But I was definitely looking to move out of Ottawa. Like that was the hope. And it was just like, oh, I'm falling more and more in love. It's like, oh man, all my friends are in Ottawa, and then I still do trips. Austin, Texas is another place that's kind of second home.
Yeah.
And I just remember like the shifts that like increasingly I was like, oh man, I'm missing home. And this last time I was so excited to come back to Ottawa.
Yeah.
I was like, man, I can't wait to be with you guys and to like be in this home.
It's an interesting question. Like, what is home? Because I've traveled a lot for work, and there are things that I don't feel like are home. And a big part of it is like obviously the people that you're around, right? The community that you're around that make you feel like you're at home. Often it's a weird thing, like just to add my own piece to this, like when I'm at my parents' house, which is my home, like where my family lives, where we gather, sometimes I don't feel as at home as I do when I'm with you guys or when I'm at the Grounded Man. Like I feel more seen in these circles now, or I feel more seen now than I ever have compared to being at home with my family. And then there's a lot that goes into that, but yeah, I mean, they feel that too. Like a lot more free.
Yeah.
I think you're pointing to it. Home to me is a feeling, more than it is a place.
Yeah.
And having an environment like this to call home, where it's just like, oh man, I'm just like, it's like nourishing, comfortable, communal. It just feels like a big hug.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. To me, it's like, obviously there's, a bunch of components that go into home, but what you're pointing to as well, I think, is like what Brotherhood can provide, what having meaningful, deeper relationships like the ones that we have here and that the Groundman can provide, right? It's like, you feel more seen. You get to bring more when I'm doing the work to unravel my own judgments and beliefs and like things that I've like inherited from parents or culture or, teachers or whoever along the journey. When I start questioning that, then like all of a sudden, I'm not judging you for whatever it is you're doing. Right. It's
and
like
often a lot of the things that you're judging yourself for are very common.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it brings that sense of like, oh, we're relating because like, hey, who knew that all of us felt the pressure to perform when it comes to relationships? Like, yes, of course, that's part of what it is. Like, again, like this is why like there's archetypes and books and, like this has been happening to men forever, having these types of emotions where it's like a heavy burden to carry or, like pressure and stress and the wound of the king, like not feeling enough. And so what we can provide is that space to share, connect, relate, and then also go deeper into like, who am I? Because there are parts of who I am that, I pushed down many years ago it's like learning to bring more of that little boy out that wants to like sing and shout and dance and like over life. So many people looked at it and were like, why are you doing that? Or that like little glance of like, what? That's too loud or too annoying or too much. And it's like, okay, like I'm just be quiet. But like we're practicing living loud again.
Yes.
Yeah.
And like I love seeing that from each of you in the time I've known you of like how much louder you're getting, and that's what I feel like this home, another piece of that for me is like, it's time to get louder on what it means to live a little differently than what we're seeing, because I think what we see is a lot of brokenness.
Totally.
People are struggling, mental health, like the country itself and like politics, like everything just feels like a minefield right now.
It feels like it's like holding together at the seams, it's just like enduring more than anything. It's just like on the verge of collapse. It's just like we're just couples are redlining. It's just like we're just trying to keep this ship from sinking.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I experienced that. I've lived that. And I know that feeling. And now it's like I've experienced something else, which is like where I started off as one of the many non-negotiables is like, oh yeah, like I'm no longer allowing myself to wake up in spaces where I'm like, and that's a privilege, to be able to do that. But it's a privilege that like more people than give themselves credit for can achieve. It's possible to like find a way to do that. And that's probably one of the first beliefs of like stripping away, like, oh, I can't do that,
It demands a level of creativity though, and openness.
Yeah.
Right?
Like what this is, right?
Totally.
That whole process of us finding this house was creativity, pressure, push, pull, listening, forcing.
Each one of us had different wants and desires out of a place, what we were a yes to. We all had different like budgets. And so it's like, working with all of these different constraints and details, and things almost came apart multiple times, right? There was like, times where each one of us was like, all right, I'm out. You had
for a specific reason, right?
Yeah, totally. You had timing stuff with your lease. You were already in a good spot before coming here. So you just had high standards. You're like, I already like the place that I'm living.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna take a step back.
Yeah. I wasn't just gonna get a house for the sake of it. It was like, no, we're waiting for the thing.
Totally. And I had the most urgency. So I was like, on it. And this one didn't come up really until it got to the point where like even I got to like, okay, fuck it. you know,
Yeah.
I'm surrendering,
Yes.
you know, and we can, you know, that almost feels like a whole topic unto itself on like conscious creation manifestation, because this was that exact script.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was. We went and looked at least how many, like between 5 and 10 places.
More than that.
Yeah,
I was in at least a dozen. And
Yeah. In November, we were trying hard to find a place, and then this place came up on Facebook Marketplace December.
Yeah, mid-December
20.
sometime.
and
late.
here in Ottawa, that's like, this is not the time to rent. No one wants to move in
Yeah,
the
yeah.
winter.
Yeah.
We
Well,
should also-
that was an awesome part is like another guy that runs men's groups here in Ottawa
Oh, he shared that with you.
shared that with me,
Yes.
tagged me because I had just had a
Yes,
conversation with him, telling him like, oh, me and 3 guys from my men's group or 2 guys from the men's group are looking to rent in like Chelsea area.
Yeah.
And he had said he had someone that maybe like next year. But then all of a sudden I just get a tag from him, and it was like right when the post was up. So I just like reached out because this was just gorgeous. I sent it to you guys, and I'm like, man, this is if we
it.
can make this happen, like, oh, and it felt like this was it. And
Yeah.
and just like quickly, again, the energy that responds when things are aligned, it's like, oh yeah, it all trickles into place. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, because we were prepared for it. We were also prepared for it not to happen, but we were like,
that was it.
Because like a
we
week
had we had
before-
let it go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We had all let it go.
Yeah.
And that's like another piece of manifestation, like the whole conversation itself, right? I mean, it's like, yeah, when you let go of that thing, same as when you're looking for your keys. It's like you don't find it in those frantic moments of like, oh, it's like, oh, okay, whatever, I'm not gonna find them. And then it's like, oh, they're right there.
Right.
So
Yeah.
that's kind of what happened, right? Like we had all this pressure building up towards the end of the year, and then it was like, no, I just like pretty much pulled back. You signed for another
lease.
month,
Yeah.
and Dave was in like a deep state of despair.
Yeah. So sad.
Parents'
I was
house,
like, this
yeah.
thing is dead. I was so excited because we'd had multiple places that we'd gotten close to, you know,
Yeah.
like one of the like, you know, we'd lost a number of places also because we're 3 men and there's a stigma,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
against having guys move into a place. And so they're like, yeah, we're only
Well,
gonna
it's
do it
very
for single
rare. Yeah.
family.
It's rare that you would see
Yeah.
30-something men renting a home together, like together, you know. It's like maybe one rents a home and then gets other roommates somehow. Like, yeah, it's rare to see a group of guys coming together. It's like, what are you doing?
Right.
Yeah.
Because like in my mind, you should be married with kids, owning your own home, paying your mortgage, you know, contributing to society the way we've been told we're supposed to.
Right.
And it's like, oh, well, actually, we're doing something a little different. And let us give you a little flavor of that, right?
Totally.
Yeah.
Um,
And not everyone's willing when we're dealing with, which was another beautiful piece to like get to connect to the actual person, you know, the people who built this beautiful home, and to have a conversation and then come and meet them and spend time and like tell them, you know, we're building a real relationship here.
I think this was the unique place where we actually had a relationship with the people that own the building, as opposed to always going through a realtor or an agent.
Yeah.
And I think that creates a disconnection
Yeah.
between who's actually going to be in the space, you know. And I understand that is, in some instances, like it makes sense for different parties, but that's what one of the things that we love and that care about and is part of, you know, FOS, you know, like us living together, is relationship, right?
Yeah.
And I love that we have a relationship with the owners here.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, what it reminds me of is actually like it takes away some of the transactionality, or it doesn't make it only about that. With when you're renting through like a realtor or, you know, just a normal apartment, it's like, you know, of course they don't want you to damage the place, but no one really has like a vested interest in the well-being of like that building per se, you know. Like, yeah, there are people that own money, like I say, there's a general like desire,
It's an investment, you know,
but it's not something that like people poured their like blood, sweat, and tears into. They just got it up as quick as they could. And then it's a transactional. It's like, yeah, do you want this or not? Like, we've got tons of other people. I don't really care. As long as you show me you make enough money to pay for this, like I'm willing to do it. And it's just like, boom, okay, I don't even want to talk to you. Just give me money once a month, pay this, and like let's go.
Yeah, I mean that's the relationship I'm used to for sure.
Yeah, it's what most people are used to. Like at work, I think like a lot of places it's just like, okay, like I just want to stick to myself. Give me what I need. Here's something in exchange, and like be done with it. Whereas like to me, part of what we want to live is like more of that like just reciprocity and gift economy, and you know, how can we just give without the feeling that, oh, I should expect something in return, you know?
And the giving feels so much better. Like it's, I there's like more honor or more appreciation when I'm sending the monthly rent.
Yeah.
Right. As opposed to it's like, oh, okay, I'm just sending it over to someone who's like, letting me live in the place. I'm like, I'm so happy that they're renting this place and I get to live here. Like, thank you for building this beautiful home.
Yeah. Which is, I think, why I wanted to live with you guys is because we all have that sort of similarity with how we look at engaging with the world, right? Is appreciation and seeing kind of everything as energy.
Totally.
Seeing everything as an exchange. It's like, oh, well, how am I feeling when I'm paying my rent, or when my paycheck comes in, like, or when I'm pumping gas? Like, you know, those are all financial examples, but what I'm putting out is what I'm going to receive back.
Even like when we do like chores around here, I'm just letting you cough over there.
Podcast faux pas.
Hey, just pause.
Choke to death. Okay, man. It went down the wrong pipe.
It's just like tickling.
Yeah, I hear you. I had that on the Lost podcast.
That happened to you?
Yeah, I just like, it just gets the back of your throat and you're just like, fucked.
Rookie.
Maybe this will make it onto the podcast. Who knows? You can make that decision.
Choking.
I don't care. Makes it more real, man. People choke. It's not a perfect world out here.
What were we You're talking about exchange, and what I was going to add to that was, even we talk about like the relationship to doing chores around here, right? There's like I need to like mop the floor, I need to vacuum, or I need to do the dishes. And one of the things that we intentionally remind each other of is like, don't forget to like look at that as prayer. That's something that we get to do not only for ourselves, our brothers' benefit, but it's also for like the spirit of this place and about what we're building, you know, as community and conscious relationship.
Yeah, I love that. Which is like what, again, a founding principle of living in this way to me got, especially as men living together. Like, I saw this as a launch pad, a springboard. You know, I knew I probably wasn't going to live like forevermore with you two in this home, in this situation. So it was it's a temporary thing that's like, ooh, it's an experiment. It's a lab. And part of the intention that I put into that is like, it's for her, you know, like the great woman, mother. The great mother, the great like lover, like the energy of creation, you know, life itself, like it does, whatever you want to call it, but it's like, it's not me. It's like, it's for this. And that's what, to me, you know, not just everything, but keeping the house clean, making the food, infusing our food with our magic, and like welcoming people into the home, creating ritual, creating events, like, you know, who we connect with, who we bring in here. It's like, this is music, you know, bringing more of that like creative energy into this space so that it can feed and offer like a prayer to this world of like, hey, we are living beautifully, you know, and we're doing it for you. Like, watch us.
Right.
And then it's like, you watch us, you know, and you see that, hey, you can dance and sing and love and like, you know, not all the good things, like, fuck your way through life too. which is like such a beautiful thing. And that's what part of this is to me. And it's like, how do if that's what we're mirroring with each other, like I get so amped up seeing you guys, like seeing you crush your routines, you know, and like getting after it at the gym, or going today, like we all went to the gym and Dave's like, oh, spot me, and just like benching big weight, and just like, oh, like I'm like, what the hell? This is just like, again, my normal life of just going to the gym or like getting up and doing shit in the morning. It's like stepped up because I get to see one of my brothers just like doing something sick that I'm like, okay, I gotta like get after it too today, you know?
We're being fed by each other, by, call it like inspiration, or call it like reciprocity. It's just like it's, I think it's us like kind of growing out of, or for me, I'll say for me, it's like a growing out of my adolescent phase where it's all about me, and I have to compare myself to people like you who are my brothers and my friends, but also very much like my opponents. That's kind of like how I was when I was an adolescent. Whereas now it's like I can look at you as my inspiration. I can be fed by your energy, your routines, your things that inspire me to be more of myself. And it's not a comparison thing. It doesn't matter what you're doing and how I relate to it. It's just an appreciation for seeing you in like your inspiration or your light, right? And that's a choice. That's hard to do, to like be your best self all the time. And so it's not just, I mean, it's not all light. Like there's also
and that's one of the things that I love about what we have here is we don't have to be our, you know, like our best self is what is
just showing up.
It's just showing up. It's just being. Like I know that this past weekend was pretty good, but like leading up to that, like there was like a lot of days of like contraction and crunchiness in this house.
Yeah,
you know,
last
like,
week was heavy.
Yeah, it was a heavy week. And, you know, just getting you guys to witness me in that, getting to witness you guys in that, it's just like a relief. It's like a breath of fresh air. It's like I can exhale.
Yeah.
And I can be held, and it just reminds me of, it's like, oh yeah, I don't need to have all of my shit together, present this facade that I'm okay all of the time. And I think that's a big medicine for everyone, but especially for men.
Huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, both of you just brought beautiful pieces to this, of that medicine for men, like the vulnerability, the realness, which you talked about earlier, but what you just mentioned, like those are the little things that a lot of guys hold on to, like in the day-to-day relationship with like people at work or their partner or their kids, right? These little stories, these little like aggravators that get brought up, whereas like I feel comfortable with either of you that I can be like, hey, it doesn't even need to make sense, but like, you're annoying me right now, whatever you're doing is pissing me off, and like that doesn't even mean you have to change. You don't have to do anything different, but like I'm telling you it's uncomfortable for me to tell you that. It's probably uncomfortable for you to hear it, and you want to like fix me or change or do something, but like that whole experience we get to learn and grow from, and just like settle and come back into like regulation and be okay with that being there. And I think that helps. Well, it helps me thrive. It helps men thrive. I see it.
That comes back to your point about like the child in you, right? There's a regulation, an emotional regulation that we all have as we get older, but at the same time, it's like we have parts of us that want to be expressed, and that comes out in relationship, and sometimes we tamp that down because we don't want to cause aggravation, or we don't want to cause whatever's like disturbance. But those things aren't the end of the world.
Yeah.
Right? Like it's we can exhale after those things.
And we even have a practice of every week cleaning the container. And so that's every Sunday. That's an opportunity for us to check in, reflect on the week, and we're encouraged to just say like, hey, if there's anything that's bothering anyone, and it can be specific to a person or it can just be about the house, then that's like a time for us to clear that. So that way we're getting it before any resentment builds or any, you know.
And that's a practice. Like I feel like I've grown in that area of my life the last like 3-4 years. Like a few years ago, to have a difficult conversation with somebody that I actually cared about was it was so difficult because I felt like everything was on the line.
Yeah.
Right. Like I was like catastrophizing difficult conversations.
Yeah.
And yeah, the more difficult conversations I have, or even witness, gives me way more inspiration to be like, oh, like it's actually not as hard as I think. I'm creating stories that aren't true.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's like part of which we'll have more of an exercise, but as the grounded man and the community grows, like that's the next layer where I want to bring these clearing conversations, because I already have some pieces that I would bring up with a few guys in the group and myself that I see triggers that they provide me that I know are like parts of myself that I've pushed down. So I get annoyed when they're showing it so freely. I mean, even with you guys, there's little things that like the way that you do things that I'm like, oh, wow, that bothers me how much you like put effort into your life in that way. And I'm like, whoa, okay, that's because like I don't put as much effort as I know I could be. And so, you know, you're triggering me in that. But anyway, the what I'm getting at there is just like the mirrors, the reflection that it all provides.
I
And
think I love how you said it's an experiment, because we are experimenting with living together. And I think what I'm learning is like the thoughts that you have, the stories you're creating around your living situation and what you think you need to be okay are all valid. And it doesn't mean that they're necessarily true if you explore other areas. Like if you try to explore that feeling a little bit more, there's other possibilities, other outcomes that you may not be considering.
Yeah.
And I think that's such a valuable
even
thing for
living
anyone.
together for people, like
Yeah.
people generally when they live together, I don't know, in the past for me even, it's mostly like my room, and then like you kind of come down and make food and get out, you know, maybe there's a bit more relating to it, depends who you are and who you're connected with. But you know, even like having these meetings, having these check-ins, creating a container, doing food prep, doing these sort of things, having regular communication with each other. It's like all of that is a practice of tending to relationships. Carcassonne, yeah, you gotta have that. But yeah, the other piece that I like that you spoke to around is like competition as well. Yeah. Because for a lot of guys, that's
a relationship to other men.
And that's the belief. Like when I see another guy, it's like, oh, hairs up on the back of my neck. Like, who are you? You know, what are you trying to take from me? And yeah, the big shift that I shifted at the beginning of this year, you know, in a group of men, that first Saturday night we had here, was like totally letting go of the story of, you know, when shit hits the fan, it's every man for himself. That it's like, oh, actually now I know in my body, and I know in my body, which is all that matters, that like when shit hits the fan, it's like, oh, my grips to these men in my life actually get tighter than they were. And I like look at you guys in the eye and I'm like, let's go, baby. Yeah, like, this is what we trained for. Yes. You know, and I have your back more than ever, more than I did. Like, yeah, day to day, I've got your back, of course. But like sometimes I'm going to be like, man, take care of you. But when shit hits the fan, it's like, yo, like we're on now.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, when things get real.
And so to me, that, like, even as I speak that and say that, it's like, oh, that motivates me just now to do work when I'm like, you know, putting things out to the world when I want to share. It's like, man, this is what men can thrive off of. Like, you know, I think it's a necessity in men's life. If you don't have connections where you can bring this level of realness, and it doesn't have to be living together like we are, but like our weekly meetings, like the brotherhood, the connection that provides is just like, it's a necessity. Yes. It's so nourishing for me. You know, you talked about this but like to me, when I was away, you know, for a month in Central America, like I genuinely missed being around men, like my brothers. I was like, holy shit, man, this is like one of the first times in my life where I feel that deep missing, and I feel it from guys. And when I come back, I'm like, oh wow, this love and support that I get to share with these men, you know, it's unlike anything else that I get to experience. It's totally different. And I still love like all of the other things I do in life. And now this is just like making it more supported and more
Yeah,
enhanced.
having a group behind you that supports you as you go out and do things, right? You like penetrate the world with what like you want to bring to the world, right? That's a lot of pressure. It's a lot of things to be a man and to have like aspirations.
I think it's like this idea of like being solo, right? Like with that perspective of I'm mostly in competition with other men, is that there's every man is like an island. I know there's like even in society it's like, it's a lot of people that it's like, oh, you need to be independent. It's like this to me is also me saying fuck that. Like I am not opting into an independent life. Like I want to be interdependent because I fucking love it when one of you guys does the dishes or makes food and I just get to be the recipient. And like I love when I get to do that for you guys too. You know, like when I get to like, I was making the burgers at lunch and you're just like, oh, like great burger. It's just like I love that, and I know that you guys are eating it. And the food that I cook when I know that it's for you guys as well is so much better than when I just cook for myself. I'm just like, oh, let me just like make this the absolute best meal possible.
It's like a cheat code. It's like having all relationships like that is like a cheat code for sure. But like, totally. Having guys that you can have that type of relationship, it's just so nourishing.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you said like you would love to receive and also to give, right? I think like for men, receiving is for me like receiving is harder than giving. Like I'm like I have a certain amount of like, I can give. I love to give. It's good to give. But then if you try to give me the same amount back, I'll be like,
I think, and that's, I think something that like men deal with. I can totally relate to
100%. Men love to be in service. It's like, oh, you need help? Oh, like, here, especially like that good boy energy. It's like a dog just like waiting for like, tell me what to do and I'm going to be good and I'm going to do it.
And it's easy. It's like, it feels good because it's not only is it something you're in service,
great,
but it's like it's easy.
It's like,
I do it all the time.
We need to get from point A to point B and you want me to figure that out and make it happen? Boom. Sick. And then I do it. I'm like, nice. I did that.
I think I've already figured it out.
I mean, who are we talking about? I was talking about this with someone about just like a job that it's like meaningless essentially, like not meaningless, but like it's just requires minimal effort. And it's like, oh, like right away I make a game out of like, okay, how many of these units can I move in 60 seconds, right? And then it's like that becomes my metric. How can I find
fulfillment?
How can I find fulfillment in anything? That's how our minds work. I don't know typically.
If this was around the shoveling, like when Gabby got into the accident.
Maybe. Oh yeah. With shoveling, right? Exactly.
Like,
yeah.
Let me just like make a game.
That was it. Yeah, exactly. It's like, oh, it's so much better when my mind creates this like point outcome.
Yes. And so it's helpful to recognize that and be like, oh, this is how I operate. My brain operates most of the time. Is like it sees a task and it's like, what is a way I can get this done? What is the most enjoyable way to get this done?
Dude, and that's, I think, like, to me, as you say that, I'm like, that's how we're looking at our lives. It's like, okay, the task is to like
improve your quality of life,
be of service to others, and like, create a family, like, to use like those 3 P's for men that get generally used is like protect, provide, and procreate. Right? It's like you want to provide for the things that you created. You want to protect the things that you created, and you want to create more things. And that doesn't have to be kids. It's like procreating is just like, continuing to create. And so if we're doing those things as our goals, it's like, how can I do that with the most ease, joy, comfort, and connection as possible?
And yes on that, and I think it's because that's also at the center of like part of why we're doing this in the first place, right?
Exactly.
We want to get after it, and there's things that we're excited about building, but it's coming from a place of, why can't this life be like the best thing possible? Like, how can I get as much enjoyment, as much pleasure, as much connection, as much, whatever it is that I'm trying to optimize for. And a lot of us are optimizing around connection and joy and ease.
Yeah.
But that comes with like, let me do the things that are going to align with that. Let me build the structures.
We're open to possibilities, right? Like you were saying, this is not a typical family setup.
Yeah.
But we're just like, this could work.
This could be the new family model. I mean,
yeah, I mean, it doesn't need to be, again, like widely adopted, but for us, and demonstrating that it's possible of like, hey, yeah, again, to me, it comes back to just like, the point is, I'm showing you that a belief that you have about this is the way it has to be is not true. And so that's the place that I want to live more in, is like, oh, what is true? What is possible? Right. I remember a woman once, like, we had an epic date and I was like telling this story, and I like swept my hand across the sky and said like, and the moon rose like just on the horizon, and this like biggest moon I've ever seen in my life, full moon, just like boop, popped up over the horizon, and it was like, boy, it blew us both like back. And she said like later, like, which was something sweet and poetic of just like, oh, like, I swear that day, like, you raised the moon. And it's like, imagine living life with that, like, not with the hubrisness to think that like, oh, I'm not important that I moved the moon, but like with the openness and awe and possibility that like, could I be the one that raised the moon that night? And if that's possible, like, man, I can do a lot of things in this life, like, and that's the excitement I want to bring to like, let me find out what's possible. And if I'm wrong, cool, at least I'm like pushing limits along the way. And I think part of what like you were speaking to, the joy, the connection, all of this, it's like, what I don't like is like the hustle and grind culture that so many men purport and say is like necessary. And it's like, I'm not saying that there aren't moments in life where, I have to push hard, where I have to dig deep to get through something, where, shit doesn't feel so joyful and exciting, that it's like, oh, it's grief and anger and shame and fucking frustration beyond belief. That like, oh yeah, we do that too. We dig down deep into that and use that.
It's good grief.
Perfect timing.
This intermission brought to you by Halls.
By Santa Maria.
Yeah. That's more accurate.
Sorry.
Anyway, I just don't want it to seem like, oh, it's all about joy and ease and comfort. That it's like, hey,
yeah, we're going. We all three of us are just coming back from the gym together, right? And where we're pushing our bodies and we're putting ourselves under stress.
Yeah.
And that's another good model of, it's like, we're like honing ourselves and getting ready for the times in life where we know we need to put effort in.
Yeah.
And we're building that discipline.
Right.
But to be ready.
Exactly. But that discipline is also to support all of the beautiful things, right? It's to create the containers for more ease, for more joy. So knowing when to be on.
Yeah.
And also when you can relax. And that's a nice thing too, at least that I'll say that I feel with having real brotherhood in my life now, is that I feel more at ease in my relaxing, because I know that I have people that I can count on in my life when shit hits the fan. It's not all on me. Anymore.
Yeah. And that's what I want folks to represent. That's what the Grounded Man represents. That's what I think men's work in Ottawa is what should represent. That like, we're creating that container as men where we're protecting the safety of our community, not letting in the things that are trying to disrupt peace, so that there can be ease and celebration and creation inside of that temple. and it's like all the time. It doesn't require like armed guards at the outside. Like, yeah, sometimes it does, but sometimes it's just like knowing that that exists and creating the soil for it to like grow in. You know, those are the day-to-day ingredients of, I think, what we are building and what we're doing. And we get to have our first, you know, real like container in that way. Well, we've got a few different things coming up, but to me, that like spring equinox piece is like an offering to our community of like, hey, here's something that we're offering that we want to create and show you like what it can feel like to celebrate life in a beautiful way, you know?
Yeah, very excited for it.
Yeah. That feels good.
Yeah.
Anything you guys have to add, any wisdom you want to impart that you're like, oh, I wish I got to say this thing?
Gratitude for you both. Yeah. You know, love having you in my life and love having you as roommates. And yeah, not a lot of parting wisdom other than just, yeah, be creative. Like there's so many different ways of living, of being, and yeah, raising your standards for what's possible.
Yeah, I would reiterate that. Like just being creative, not letting anyone tell you how to be. Yeah. And yeah, like go join a men's group and go witness men being vulnerable and see what it does to you. Yeah, that would be my closing thought.
Yeah, get curious. I like that. Right? It's like live in the question rather than thinking like I have the answer to everything.
Yes.
So yeah, thank you so much for tuning in. If you listen to this, yeah, appreciate you being here. Appreciate your time and presence. And we have our open house coming up this week. If you're in Ottawa, you can join us on Thursday night. Dave is leading that session. And so, yeah, would love to have you there. Every third Thursday of every month. That's our open house. And yeah, check us out. Everything you need to know about our community is in the notes here. Join us on Discord. Check out the website. And yeah, thanks for being here.